Hello folks, I'm back again to remind you that you are the curator of your inner world. Today we are going to talk about something that is very important, that is victim consciousness. Now we've all been there, we've all been stuck in victim consciousness at some point or the other where we feel everything is against us, the odds are stacked up against us, nothing is ever going to work out for us because of X, Y and Z reason. This one said this, that one said that, I was rejected, I was told no, I was told I don't have the qualifications, I'm not the right person, whatever it is. We've all been there. And we need to get out of that in order to get what we want. So let's talk about victim consciousness. Now, are you stuck in victim consciousness? Because if you are, you have to understand that if you are a victim of your circumstances, it is not the same consciousness as having your desire. So how do you shift out of this? Now, the important thing to remember about victim consciousness, and I'm speaking from experience, that sometimes the circumstances around us seem very real. All the things that are happening, all the circumstances we are in, they seem absolutely insurmountable. We feel a lot of pain, a lot of rejection, a lot of hurt. We feel like all the things that have happened to us are justified. And I mean, however we are feeling, angry, sad, disappointed, victimized, to put it in one big bubble, and we feel that that is justified, and it may be justified in the reality that you're in currently. But as you know, all states of consciousness exist within you, and you can change your state of consciousness at any given point, at any given moment, because every moment you are brand new. You only have the present moment. Remember, we talked about this before. You only have the present moment. Now, even though you know about manifesting and you've watched a lot of content, you've listened to a lot of videos, why is it that you still believe in things that don't really serve you or don't belong in your desired reality? For example, suppose your specific person told you that they never want to speak to you again, they want to have nothing to do with you, they will literally be single rather than being with you. Why is it that that feels more normal than saying, we are together, I am the love of his life? Or a job told you that you're not a good fit, you don't have the right mindset, the right qualifications, you're not what they're looking for, and you just feel, yeah, it's true, I'm not what they're looking for. I didn't start out right, I can't go back to college and change my major, or if I've never been to college, I can't go to college now, so what can I do about this? Why does that feel more real than, for example, saying, I have my dream career, I am now working as X, Y, and Z, whatever it is that you want to work as? I'll tell you why. Because of your self-concept. And I know that's an underwhelming answer. You know, when I was going through my manifestation journey, I don't want to call it a journey because I don't think you never stop manifesting. So life is a journey, I guess. So yeah, you can call it my life's journey. I used to feel so frustrated when I would get an answer like this from a content creator that I really trusted, and I used to feel like, oh, it's my self-concept, like how do I change that? I don't even know what's going on. I don't want to experience this. Isn't that enough? Isn't just desiring the new reality enough? No, it's not. Remember, we don't get what we want, we get who we are, and who we are is intrinsically tied to our, drum rolls, self-concept. Now let me just try to put it in a way that seems a little less overwhelming and doesn't feel like it's going to take 9 months of continuous healing and belief work, which, believe me, it will not. You know, your victim consciousness, your state of feeling like a victim, has a lot of emotional charge behind it. I know mine did, especially when it came to matters of the heart. Definitely had a lot of emotional charge behind it. There was a lot of hurt, pain, anger, disappointment. Why did this happen to me? How can someone do this to me, kind of thing. Now the problem is, if we are holding all this pain, sadness, sorrow, grief, anger within us, and we are simply just affirming a new reality, we are just saying, oh, we are together now, you're going to find it very difficult to believe that. Not that you need to completely believe in your new reality in order to manifest it, not at all. But it's still going to be very difficult in order for you to persist, because your old self, the victim, is going to come knocking on your door saying, hey, remember they did this, remember they said that, remember what happened to you last time, remember you got hurt, blah blah blah. So what do? We need to process the hurt, guys. We need to process the rejection. We need to process whatever it is in our past that's holding us back. How do we process it? And I've said this in previous videos. Sit with yourself. Let the emotion come up. It will be released on its own. It will release. Feel bad, feel angry, feel hurt. It's fine. It's not going to stop your manifestation. You know what is going to stop your manifestation? It is the story that is attached to this feeling. When you are feeling bad, what are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself, because I'm feeling bad, I cannot get this? Most of the times the answer is yes. I remember when I used to feel that way, there was a job I really wanted and I didn't get it. And there was a lot of back and forth for a long time, and I was the star candidate and everything, and then I still didn't get it. I still didn't get it. I was angry. I was annoyed. I was betrayed. A lot of those things, a lot of similar emotions. Now the thing is, I can feel those emotions and I can tell myself, because I'm feeling these emotions, I will never get what I want. I will never have my dream career. By the way, I do have my dream career, and that's why I'm wearing this because I don't want people at work to know. Now the thing is, if I tell myself that, guess what? I'm right. Whatever I tell myself is going to manifest. Whatever story I tell is what I will see in my external reality, in my 3D. Right? But if I just feel that, I feel irritated, annoyed, I cry, I scream, I don't know, eat ice cream for a day. And I tell myself, you know what? I have my dream career. I am doing what I want. I'm traveling the world. I have full freedom. I have full flexibility. All the things I manifested, by the way, after that. I will get what I want, because I'm not letting the feeling mean that I cannot get what I want. Now, here's a little bit of a trick. Whenever you have your anger, sorrow, grief, betrayal, annoyance, rage come up, observe it. You are pure consciousness. Observe it. You are not the emotion. And I keep saying this. You are not the emotion. Feeling the emotion is fine. You don't have to beat yourself up for feeling an emotion. Feeling emotions is human. And you are God having a human experience. So why are you afraid of feeling your emotions? Don't be. I was terrified of feeling my emotions. Terrified. I used to think the moment I feel bad, that means that's it. I cannot get my manifestation. I am back to ground zero. I have to start all over again. That is objectively false. And I keep saying this in my other videos. Give yourself evidence of the times where you have manifested something in a non-ideal frame of mind. You felt, you felt anxious and you've still manifested. So for me, that example is exam scores. I was always a person who was very nervous on the day the results came out. And there were many exams that I wanted to crack, and I still cracked it. I was terrified. I couldn't look at it myself. I was hiding in the bathroom while my mother looked at my scores. And she said, hey, you made it. I couldn't look at it. So does that mean that because I was feeling nervous, I should have failed the exam or not got the score that I wanted or not managed to get into the college of my choice? No, it doesn't mean that. It just means I'm nervous, which I could be. I could still get what I want, and that's what happened. Give yourself evidence, because you are manifesting all the time. You don't start manifesting when you start doing affirmations or scripting or visualization or whatever you're doing. What are affirmations? Writing a note and putting it under your pillow, burning it and telling the moon god to give you your desire. No judgment, obviously. Whatever it is that you think works, works. This is just how it works. You know how I manifested money once? I basically bought a money plant And you know, money plants grow really fast. So every time a new leaf grew, I used to say, oh, look, I'm getting more and more money. Guess what? It worked. So I have no judgment towards anyone who's doing anything to manifest their desired reality, right? Anyway, I digress. So, how you are feeling should not change the story you're telling. And the story you're telling must always be, I have what I want. I am now that person. You need to process your emotions, guys. Your emotions don't hold you back from manifesting. You know what holds you back? The stories behind it. It definitely pulls you back into an undesired state. Because when you're unconscious of this whole thing going on in your head, you start to feel this unideal feeling, this achiness in your body, and then the story starts. I will never make it. I was not born in the right place. My parents didn't love me growing up. I didn't go to a good school. We didn't have money growing up. I don't know what healthy love is. We just have to work harder and harder for money. Oh, I had that belief. I had that belief. I had the belief that I had to work more to earn more. Guess what? That's not true. And I've proven that to myself, obviously, because I had to get rid of that belief. So you don't have to deep dive into your beliefs. You don't have to do anything. You have to be aware that when the emotion comes up, you will feel it in your body. You will feel a tightness in your stomach, tightness in your chest, tightness in your throat, butterflies in your stomach. You will have some sort of a physical sensation. You will have, maybe your heartbeat will go up. You will start to feel uneasy. You will start to feel unmotivated. You will just want to hide away from people. You know, different people have different ways in which they experience this in their body. Sit with yourself. Sit with yourself. Feel it. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Let it pass. Once it passes, tell yourself, I have this thing. I have this thing that I want. You want to be with this one person? You want to be in a happy, healthy, loving relationship? I have that right now. We are together. You want a certain career? I am that right now. Whatever it is that you want to be. I am a senior executive. I am a whatever it is. I wanted to be a freelancer. I am a freelancer. You know, it gets difficult to believe when this whole emotional turmoil is happening in your body, and then your opposite voice in your head goes like, no, you're not. You are lying to yourself. Remember what happened when we last did this? Remember what happened in our last relationship? Yeah. You know when that will happen less? When you've processed your emotions. And when you are declaring that you have this thing, you must be present. You must come into the present. And I've shared ways in which you can do that. You can look at your hands. You can stare at your hands, right? You can count 5 breaths. You can become aware of 5 breaths. You can stare at an object. You can stare at a wall. Become present. Stop the chatter in your head. Another way that works really well, especially for those who have incessant internal dialogue, is to ask yourself, what's my next thought, or what am I thinking? And just become aware and listen to the answer. Silence. You will hear silence. That's when you are present. And once you are present, you declare, I have this thing. And if it is difficult to do that, if you say that and instantly you're like, nonsense, I don't have this thing. Another strategy, and I'm sharing this with you because it works very well for me, is saying, what would it be like if I had this thing? And just remain present. See what comes up. If nothing comes up, no problem. That's fine. Do it again. Do it again after some time. Do it again tomorrow. Do it again the day after. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it every time this thing comes to mind. Whenever possible, sit down for a sec, become present, become aware, and say to yourself, I have this thing. I am with this person. I have this job. I am traveling the world. I am in the body that I want to be in. I am healthy, I am fit. Or what would it be like if I were fit? What would it be like if I was in the relationship that I want to be in? What would it be like if I was traveling the world with my partner? And become present. Just become present. Remain present as long as possible. Neville Goddard said, imagination is the only reality. I want to change that a little bit, because when we say imagination, we still think we are concocting something in our head. Let's just say consciousness is the only reality. What are you being conscious of? Now, if you declare this thing and then you go away from that session, you pick up the phone to your friend and go like, nobody loves me, my ex was a horrible person, I will never find love, I will die alone, then you didn't get it. You didn't get it. Because the moment you say you are this thing, you are now this thing. Be that thing. When you said you are in a happy, healthy, loving relationship with your partner and you are both traveling the world together, it's just an example, you are that thing right now. So you picking up the phone and telling your friend, I'll never find love, I'm going to die alone. No. We are not that anymore. We are not that. Let's look at this in a little bit of a different way. States of consciousness. When you went to school, when you were in school, you were in, say, 5th grade, and all you could think about is, what you're going to play with your friends today during recess, or what you're going to take for your lunchbox, what your mom is going to pack for you, or what kind of toys you're going to get for Christmas. Are you thinking that now? No, because your state of consciousness has changed. You are no longer identified as a person who goes to school, who's in 5th grade. Hopefully. I hope there are no 5th graders watching me. But what are you now identified with? Say, for example, you're identified with a working professional. Maybe you're a mom. Maybe you have a 5th grader at home. So now you're thinking, what am I going to pack for lunch for my 5th grader? Or what am I going to pack for lunch to take to office? Or what am I going to have for lunch at office? Will I have a working lunch? Do I have a meeting during lunch? Will I go for a walk during my lunch break? Just an example. So now you think like the person who has this thing in their reality. It's the same thing in this situation. When you declare that you are this person, you think like the person who has this thing in their reality. So if I pick up the phone and I tell my friend, I'm going to die alone, I'll never find love, nobody loves me, men always choose other people, I am invisible, whatever else you want to say to yourself and to your friend, you are saying you are not this. If you say you have a stable financial future, you're financially free, and then you're joking with your friends about how terribly broke you are, or how you never have money for anything, and the world is so expensive, and everything just, is, subject to inflation now, and you just don't know how you're ever going to make it. Are you that person? Are you the person who's financially free? No. So please stop contradicting yourself. Once again, quoting Neville Goddard, you cannot occupy 2 states of consciousness at once. You are either being conscious of being financially free, or you're conscious of being broke, or not financially free, having to work terrible hours to earn money and get by. You either are in the most beautiful, happy, loving relationship of your life. You are the literal example, the glowing example of what love is like. Or you're the one who never gets picked, who's invisible, who dies alone, who never gets picked for anything, is never chosen, is always cheated on. They are a one-date wonder. Men never choose you. They always choose somebody else. You're not fun enough. You're not pretty enough. You're not whatever it is that you're telling yourself. I don't tell myself these things, so it's a little difficult to come up with examples, because guys, please stop telling yourself these things. So coming back and just concluding, everything actually ties into self-concept, because how you see yourself is how the world sees you, is how your desire sees you. So if you are feeling all these things and you're allowing yourself to ruminate on the fact that you lose every time, you never get anything, nothing works out for you, this is just one wasted life. Think of a sportsman, think of a person who wins a lot. Suppose they lose a game, do they go away and say, you know what, I'm a huge loser, nothing ever works out for me? No, they just say, meh, I'm gonna win next time. Watch me. You know, that's what you've got to be like. That's what you've got to make this like. Right? Doesn't matter what you've experienced so far. Does not matter. Doesn't matter if none of your relationships have worked out. Doesn't matter if you've never had a relationship. Doesn't matter if you've never had a job. Doesn't matter if you've never had money. You are now the person who has money, who has the job, who has the relationship. Ask yourself, what would it be like? Try it on. Try on the identity. Wear it. Wear it like a new dress. Wear it like a new dress. You know, when you wear something new, like a new pair of shoes or a new dress or some new earrings, you know, initially you can feel it. You're very aware of the fact that you're wearing this new thing. And then once you become comfortable in it, you don't notice it anymore. It becomes natural. You're walking around, you're not thinking of your shoes. Hopefully. Otherwise you need a new pair of shoes. Anyway, same thing with your clothes, same thing with your jewelry, your earrings, your hairdo, whatever. Wear this identity like a new piece of clothing. Wear it, try it on. What would it be like if this was true right now? That is also imagination. Imagination does not always have to be these images in my head and this amazing scene which brings up emotions, makes my eyes well with tears. Not necessarily. Try it on. What would it be like if I was successful, if I was loved, if I had a beautiful family, if I had the best social life, if I had the best friends, if I was traveling the world? Just walk around like that. Walk around like that. Go for a walk where you tell yourself, you know what, on this walk, I am this person. Try it on. Guys, the point of victim consciousness is literally just holding you back from experiencing that reality. And as you know, when you put your focus on your desired reality, you are going to manifest it. You are going to push it out. As within, so without. It happens within first. Okay? Anyway, I can talk on this for hours, but I will talk to you again soon. Guys, please, I know a lot of people say just affirm, just affirm, just affirm, just affirm. And the number of people I have seen suffering through their affirmations, suffering on a daily basis, denying their suffering just to affirm. It's like putting a band-aid on a broken bone. If you have things that are bothering you emotionally, you need to process it. And that can mean anything. That can even mean going to therapy. If that is what helps, it could mean journaling. It could mean finding a patient ear. But it has to be processed. It has to be let go. That identity has to be let go of. That past has to be let go of. If you're holding on to the past, guess what's going to happen? That's what's in your inner world. So guess what's going to happen in your outer world? What's going to happen in your 3D? You are going to push out the same reality again and again and again. And that's how we have patterns. Patterns that you're stuck in for years, for decades, for your entire life. You just don't know what's going wrong. You're such a good person, but nobody sees it. You are such a wonderful, loving, kind, caring person, but the world seems to be against you. Right? So process your emotions, guys. Process them. Let them go. Let them leave your body. Let that sensation pass. It's going to pass. You're not going to be stuck there forever. Believe me. You don't have to worry, feel afraid, feel angry at yourself, feel disappointed that you've ruined your manifestation. You have not. Believe me, once you have processed your emotions, being present will become easier. Declaring what you want is already something you have will also become easier. Anyway, with that said, I hope you are doing everything we are talking about here. And if you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments or email me. My email ID is in the description of this channel and in the description of this video. And I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye bye.